Harmony. Actually, I'm from Congo, and I moved here in Hong Kong in 2011. When I went to school, my schoolmate, I remember my local, now they're my friends. Like back then, because when we weren't new, they used to call me names, you know. They would call me monkey, and they would ask me why's my hand white and black hair. And sometimes the teacher, they will be, because this is like another hair, I usually have braids, and the teacher, I remember once I was doing an exam, and the teacher literally called everybody to just come and look at my hair, and I was doing an exam. I'm glad he was writing an exam, but then so people, I don't know, that's kind of curiosity in a way, but then that's how it happened. But then within my age group, they were just calling you names, and there's also this perspective of how we are viewed on media. And also even in the school book, whenever you look at our school book, whenever they talk about Africa, all the time, they always mention how much hungry people are, you know. They talk about people are starving, there's not enough food. But then there's and so people grow up seeing those kind of stuff, and they think like you're from Africa, that's the first thing they see. And also you look at American movie, they always show black men as very violent, so that's the perspective people have. One of the things that I started, and also with the team, not only me, but then the idea of creating a platform to promote diversity and inclusion through art and fashion. That's how I thought that, you know, I think I've been in Hong Kong for 10 years, and I call Hong Kong my home, although there's a part of me that's still Congolese, but my whole teenage I've been in Hong Kong, and I feel like Hong Kong is a part of my home. It's also how do we combat this kind of discrimination or racism rather than just playing as the victim or business. But one thing is that music brings people together, fashion brings people together, and when we are able to see people through that lens rather than their colors, that's what we can create a better society. And also one thing I always see that, you know, instead of coming as a refugee and also just being a black person in Hong Kong, like I wanted people to see that we are able to contribute to the Hong Kong society as well. We call Hong Kong our home. So this is all that I thought, you know, there are ways we can change perspective of how people can view us, you know, so that's what I did. And also now I'm learning Cantonese and also I'm learning Mandarin, so it's really hard, but I'm trying, so yeah. Of course, I think there's been a lot of changes. Like, to be honest, even me going to uni, thank God, we were not allowed to go to uni back then. And I think there's some strict laws. Also, before asylum refugees were not allowed to work, but now we are at least able to work. For those that are recognized, they are able to work by asking the permission from the immigration. And also one thing, I think there are also a lot of NGOs as well in Hong Kong now that are willing more to support and bring a better change, I would say. Yeah. Seeing whether it's refugee or any person of color, but seeing them through as human being, you know, rather than seeing them through less of pity or blaming people, all of that, and learning about them through media. But then when we are able to see people as human beings and understand it, and we ourselves coming from a place of love, and I think that way can kind of help us on how we understand, because we all have our biases, that's a fact, we can't deny it. But then being able to acknowledge being accountable of your own biases and knowing how do I want to interact with other people, and also just learning more about them and just not be afraid of seeing somebody and just be afraid of them. But I think kind of learning how to have a conversation with other community. And one thing I always said, maybe from the Hong Kong education system, maybe having cultural exchange classes more, because I know there's some, but then there's much, but being able to have that, and like we come from different community or culture, when we learn about each other that way might be much better than us learning it from media. I don't know if you get what I mean. I think that's just the way we can do and live a great society. Yeah.